Hey friends, it's me, Christiana Gaudet, your Tarot Fairy Godmother. It's Thursday. That means it's time for the Tarot Topics Weekly Newsletter recap. The Tarot Topics Weekly Newsletter can come into your inbox every Wednesday, a different topic every week. Learn more about the tarot, keep up to date with what's going on with different classes that we're doing here on YouTube, different things I'm doing in the community, and of course, StarCon, which is coming up January 20th through 22nd. So if you don't get the Tarot Topics Weekly Newsletter, if you haven't seen this week's issue, you can look in the descriptions, you can hit the button, you can see it right on my website, you can read it, and you can subscribe. So then on Thursday, we come on live here, we talk a little bit about the topic, and we do some readings about the topic. So before we go over to CardCam, I just want to remind those of you who are local that we have our local tarot meetup in Palm City at Panera Bread coming up this Sunday at 4 p.m. I hope to see you all who are local there. Love to see those of you who aren't local. But if you're going to get on an airplane and come see us, wait for StarCon. Come to StarCon for sure. Okay, and what else? Next Tuesday, the 10th, we have a class, Giving Voice to Tarot. We're going to be talking about how we actually, what we actually say in readings, whether we're reading for ourselves or writing out our readings in our journal or reading for someone else. What do we actually say? And how do we get that? How do we get to that? So we'll be talking about that in that class. All right, let's get going. Let me get to CardCam. There we are. And as you can see, I am using Light Seers Tarot. And you notice because I'm using a green screen mat here, the cards will show up a little bit different than they might at home, but that's okay. They're still there. Harry, yes, you're signing up for StarCon. It's your Christmas present. Oh, I am so excited. That is so fabulous. If you're planning on coming in person, go get that hotel reservation right now. We just have a couple of rooms left. So go get that hotel reservation. You don't have to pay for it till you get there. If you're coming online, no need for that. You can do it from the comfort of your own home. Either way, you will have a wonderful experience for the 3-day conference and for the 30-day afterglow. So very, very excited about that and happy you're going to be there. Okay, so this week's newsletter, the title, brought to you by Justine Osina. She suggested we were talking about the topic, what turned out to be the topic, in a reading that we were doing here, and she latched onto it and said, oh, that would be a good newsletter topic. And that was 2 weeks ago. So if you have ideas for newsletter topics, please let me know. It is a challenge to come up with a new topic every week, and I've been doing this for years. So your help is greatly appreciated, and big shout out to Justine. So the topic is the tincture of time. That's what we were talking about in a reading that I was giving. And she was like, oh, that would be a good newsletter topic. And you're right, Justine, I think it was. So here's the scenario, okay? I didn't put this part in the newsletter, but I'll share it with you. I was in the doctor's office a little while ago for a minor complaint, but it was like this ongoing minor complaint. I wanted it fixed. And I had done a course of medication that hadn't really done it. And he's looking at it and he's thinking maybe it's getting better. He's like, so I could put you on these drugs or we could just use the tincture of time. And of course, I know the word tincture because I like to work with herbs, and I understand that a tincture is something that is perhaps made infused with herbs. And so I was like, ooh, tincture of time. And of course, I like the alliteration on it. What is that? And he's like, well, that's what we say in medicine when we just wait to see what happens. The tincture of time. We use the tincture of time, using time itself as medicine. I elected for the tincture of time. In that particular case, it didn't work. I actually needed the medicine, but that's a whole other story and not pertinent to what we're talking about here. So in the newsletter, I suggest that the idea of the tincture of time is something that we really need to adopt in the divination community, in the healing community, in the metaphysical community. So in medicine, the tincture of time is used in one in two different scenarios. One is just, okay, we can just watch this and see if it gets better. Because, treating it might be too heavy-handed. And it's also used when there's nothing else you can do, where we're just going to wait and see, and either it will get better or you will die, or, there's no fix. So either there is a fix, but we're going to withhold it for now and wait and see, or there is no fix, so whatever happens, happens, but it's the tincture of time. And the idea that time can heal us over time, right? So in the newsletter, I shared a 2-card, or it can expand into a 4, 6, or 8-card spread to decide, do we use the tincture of time? What happens if I act? What happens if I wait? And we also talked about how hard it can be. This idea of intentional waiting. Because when something's bugging us, when something's going on, we want to act. We are jumping out of our skin because we want to do something, we want to say something. And so often in readings it comes up no. The best response is no response. The best action is no action. And we are trained in our society that action is always best. What action do you take? And sometimes action is best, but sometimes it's not. And divination is such a good way of trying to figure out how to act, if you should act, and if you shouldn't act right now, how do you be at peace with not acting? How do you be at peace with waiting? And so those are some things we talked about in the newsletter. And we also talked about the Hermit. There are many cards that talk about time. Temperance, the Hermit, probably being the big two. There are many cards that talk about qualities of time. The Knight of Pentacles being slow, the Knight of Swords being fast, the the Eight of Wands being fast. But I focused on the Hermit because he actually is Father Time. Today, when we see him, we generally see him holding a lantern, but originally he was holding an hourglass. And he's the image we see at the New Year, where we see Father Time and then the new little baby. He is that image. That's who he is. He's Father Time. And so he is patient, and he can tell us to add the tincture of time. All right, so I thought it would be fun for us to do some readings around, do you act or do you not act? And if you act, what should the action be? And if you are waiting, how do you wait patiently? All of those kinds of questions, hit me with them. Let's do those readings. All right. And I do, of course, want to say thank you very much to the members, to the moderators, to everyone for being here. If you're here for the first time, please do subscribe and hit that bell. All right. And for those of you who have given me some newsletter topics, thank you so much. I will absolutely check those out. And if I can do anything at all with them, I will. All right. Smile Soul 20. So nice to see you. Thanks for being a member here. So the first question I see is from Nightwish. Nice to see you. Acting on your creative project. I've seen some good aspects to not acting, but I feel it's time to act. Is it true? Is it time for you to act on your creative project? I feel like with Judgment reversed and the Six of Swords reversed, you need to be careful. You are coming up. You are coming into the time of action. But there's some things you got to get in place, or some things that need to fall into place first. So you're getting there and you should be thinking about it, but let some things fall into place first. Hey, Amy Foreman, nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Amy will be presenting at StarCon. We're very excited about that. And if you come on Saturday in person, you can get your picture taken with a mermaid. Just saying. All right. Justine Osina, excuse me for missaying your name. Thank you for being a member. Thank you for being a moderator. And I was so hoping you'd be able to be here today. I know you're so busy with the retail schedule at the holidays, but I really wanted you to be here because it was your idea that we use the Tincture of Time as a newsletter topic. So thank you. And what do you say about it? I love this expression. Sometimes time is the only cure to heal a wounded heart. Absolutely. And here's your question. There's some tension going on between my mom and me right now. My question is the tincture of time the best remedy or situation? I feel like her stress is being taken out on me and it's very frustrating. So, do you give this the tincture of time and just wait? Don't say anything. Be patient. Be patient with her. Be patient with time and let it pass. Or do you say something about it? And the thing is, whether you like it or not, you're going to say something about it. Because eventually, you're going to be up to here and you're going to say something and you're going to snap and then you're going to say things that you don't want to say. So it would be better to say it in a very careful, measured way. Not when she's snapping at you, not when she's taking frustrations out, but from a compassionate place, recognizing that the reason that there's frustration, she's got frustration, right? And to be able to say to her, hey, it looks like you're going through a tough time. I've noticed that. Is there anything I can do? And I have to say, there are ways that you're treating me that I'm not comfortable with. Perhaps there's things I'm doing you're not comfortable with. So can we talk about it? And, I realize that's hard with your mom because what I'm asking you to do is to be the bigger person, to be the more emotionally wise person, to be the more caring person. And to recognize that she's going through a tough time. But I think you should do that before you blow your lid because you're gonna. And let's not do that. That's what I have to say about that. Let me know what you think. All right. Kanchan Verma, so nice to see you. So the topic today, of course, is the tincture of time, about when we wait and when we act. Your question is about life purpose in this lifetime and soul contract that you signed up for. So that's such an interesting thing because, of course, soul contract is a particular way of looking at things. Not everybody looks at that. And when we talk about life purpose, life can be a long song, man. I just quoted Jethro Tull. I hope you all noticed that. Beyond the Grateful Dead, my heart also belongs to Jethro Tull, just so y'all know. So the question is, does a life have just one purpose? And so to put this in the context of what we're talking about, the tincture of time today, and figuring that out, discovering that. What do you need to know in terms of discovering your life path? Should you be waiting? Or should you be actively working to discover? Or should you be actively working to create it? There's some questions here. So if you just sort of wait, I think you'll have a lot of frustration. I feel like in just waiting and seeing, I'm looking for my purpose, but I'm not really looking for my purpose. I'm just waiting for my purpose to be revealed to me. I don't think that's working. So if you go looking for your purpose, that feels hard too, because how exactly do you do that? And so then what about being more proactive still and thinking about who you are, what you want in life, what matters to you, recognizing that if there is indeed a soul contract, that would all be in there too, right? What are you attracted to? If there is indeed a soul contract, say your purpose was to be a great singer. And I say that because that's what I wish my purpose was. If it was your purpose to be a great singer, you would have been born with a great voice and a love of music. It would be there. You would not be born with those things and have your purpose be to be a gardener, right? Because if there is a soul contract, then part of that contract is going to be you're going to be born with the tools and the desire or the ability to acquire the tools to do that thing. And so if you look at yourself and what interests you and what you want and what you like and try to figure that out and pursue it, then you take control. Then you are in control of your situation. And it'll take time. And, there are some things that are going on in your life that are still going to make you feel like you're not sure about your place in the world. That could have to do with family, that could have to do with culture, that could have to do with other circumstances. So no matter what you do, there are ways you're going to feel uncertain. Push through the uncertainty and do what feels right to you. Oh, Ness, are you also a Jethro Tull fan? Cool. I am so much a Jethro Tull fan, I named my son Ian. It's true. And I actually met Ian Anderson once in a health food store. Weirdest thing. Whole story around that, but I won't share that now. All right. Von Ray, good morning. Nice to see you. Thanks for being a member. Next question I see is from Nalini. Nalini, thank you so much for being here and thanks for being a member. I just overscrolled. Okay. Where will the tincture of time lead me into the near future that I'm not currently seeing? So the things that are just going to unfold because you waited for them, what are those things? Honestly, I think if you allow it, you are moving toward greater love, greater stability, greater understanding of your place in just your place in life. And even building a family. I mean, you are moving in a good direction, whether you realize it or not, and whether you're trying to or not. Claire C., here we go. Nice to see you. Thanks for being a member. Should I travel to Spain in the spring or wait until summer? Okay, so go in spring, wait till the summer. I'm thinking wait till the summer. Or maybe it's like late spring, early summer kind of thing. Might even be late summer, early fall. What about that? So late spring, early summer, midsummer. I would say midsummer or later, closer to the fall is best. Okay, Aria Wilson, nice to see you. Where will the tincture of time lead me in the near future that I'm also not currently seeing, that I'm also not currently seeing? So the things that you're not acting on, the things we're just waiting to unfold, where is that going to lead you? Honestly, Aria Wilson, there is a warning here. And the warning is you need to choose. You need to be, this is not the time for you to add too much of the tincture of time into your life. You are much better with action, figuring out what you want, figuring out what you want to achieve, where you want to be, what you want to do, and being proactive about getting it is really what you need to be focusing on, I believe. Jackie Masters, nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. And Nightwish, that's an interesting topic. I've done something like it, but it bears repeating. I can always put a different spin on it. Okay, Aria Wilson newsletter topic. Yeah, good. I love it. All right. Catherine Fan, what is the best action to take now for my career? At first, there didn't seem to be any room for growth in my job, but now things seem to be turning for the better. How long should I wait to see what happens before I move on and start looking for a new opportunity? What a great question. So first of all, do we think just in general that a new opportunity where you are, there are new opportunities coming, yes indeed, versus Going elsewhere. Well, going elsewhere is interesting too because it gets you out of some difficult situations. So both have their merit. How long do you wait for a new opportunity to emerge at your current place? You know what? I feel like you should be doing... I do feel like there are opportunities at your current place that could be good. And, if I had to give a time, I'd say 6 months. Sit for 6 months and see what happens. But there's a part of me that says, well, maybe just doing a soft job search while you're sitting and waiting, just so you're open to both opportunities, is not a bad idea. So short answer, 6 months. Long answer, stay where you are, look for opportunity where you are, but maybe also do a soft job search so that you can take the best option. All right, Melissa Grosso, so nice to see you. Thanks so much for being here. Thanks for being a member. Are there areas in my life where I'm not acting where I should be? Romance, career, others. Let's take a look. Honestly, I could interpret these cards to say both love and romance. You could be more proactive in terms of looking for what you want. You could be, and you could be. Should you be? You could be. Is it imperative? No, but you could be. But you know what is imperative? Is really learning to be happy with yourself and happy in your own skin. And that would benefit all the things, work, love, everything else. And so that's the one area where you don't want to add the tincture of time. You want to be actively working as hard on your inside as I know you do on your outside. You're the person who's like at the gym doing a hard boot camp workout, like early in the morning before work, doing great, looking great. But that same thing on the inside, learning to love yourself even more than you already have. I know you've done a lot of this work, but even more would serve you. Okay, Mediha, you said, Joe, you meant hi. I can totally see how that could happen because the J and the H are next to each other. I'm just looking at my keyboard to confirm how that happened. The O and the I are next to each other. I get it. All right. Should I act on my current issue or wait? And I think there's a thing that, like, if you act on the current issue, what is that action? What do you do? What do you do? Okay. Okay, let's see. Do you act on your current issue? No. No, you do not. Right now, you wait. What will happen with the current issue with you waiting? It will resolve somewhat. It will likely resolve somewhat, and then with some resolution, then you'll know what to do. Seriously. In the country, nice to see you. So today, it's Thursday, we're doing our newsletter topic, and our newsletter topic is the tincture of time. When do we wait and when do we act? And your question fits right in there. Do I need to take more action to connect with Spirit, to hearing messages from Spirit, or in time will I improve? So what a beautiful question. I love this. So the question is, like, should you do active psychic development, active mediumship development, or if you just wait, will you naturally, with time and with age, get better at hearing the voice of Spirit? I love that. You need to do active development. And that's not to say you wouldn't get better over time just naturally, but I think it is time for you to read a book, do psychic strengthening exercises, get better at divination, take a class, come to StarCon, study. It's time for you to put your energy into it. And if you put your energy into it, fabulous things will come out of it. And just a reminder for you and everyone, StarCon is available in person in West Palm Beach, Florida, and online on Excel events. So join us. All right. Von Ray, what should I be acting on or waiting on? I know, yes, you always feel like you're in action mode, yes. Okay. Let's see, here we go. What you should be acting on. Okay, what you should be waiting for is for the long arc of justice and for things to get better on the planet. What you should be actively working on is finding friends and people that you enjoy and maybe even romance. How about that? And Von Ray, thanks for being a member. Justine, yeah, you're right. Timing is key in the situation. Well, and I can tell you that this, there are lots of times I just want to bring something up, but I can't tell if it's the right time or not. Yeah, sometimes you just got to do it, right? Just don't do it when you're pissed. Don't worry about whether it's the right time for her, worry about whether it's the right time for you. Betty Flesher, nice to see you. Thanks for being a member here. Thanks for using members-only emojis. What is it time for me to do? It is time for you to heal and be patient and trust yourself and get ready to come to Florida for StarCon. Seriously, prepare. Prepare ye the way of StarCon. Seriously. Nalini, building a family. So if you really don't want to have kids, be careful that way. And that could be other things. That could be romance. That could be your connection with friends. I mean, it can be chosen family as well as biological family. It can be a house. It can be lots of things that can be a family. Betty, another story maybe we'll read in the book about your life. Man. Well, you know, the great late Dave Victor used to say about me, you know where all the bodies are buried. I was like, yeah, I do. And so it would be hard for me to write my life story without A, embarrassing my children, which I don't want to do any more than I do, and B, so much of my story is intertwined into the story of other people where confidentiality is key. And so, I don't know. And so then I think, well, I can't write my life story until I know where it's going. And then, will I still have the presence of mind and enough time left on the planet to write it? Like if I'm here at age 85 writing my life story, is that going to come out as word salad, or will I have my brain intact? So many questions about the writing of a memoir, right? All right. Jackie Masters, nice to see you. Thanks for being a member here. With the changes that have happened, I feel this would be a great time to focus on what I should be doing with my life. Yes, I need to earn money, but I'm sure there's something else I can add to that. What is my purpose besides working a job? Should I wait for these things to show up, have a focus view with action? Help, I need a start. Okay, so in terms of looking for a job, for you, Jackie Masters, honestly, you just need a job that will give you a paycheck, and you're likely to find one within the next 6 weeks. It's coming quick. So maybe you will make it to StarCon in person. What do you think? I don't know. One way or the other. I hope so. But, the point is, you need to look for a job. And once you have that job, you can really look at that job. Is it possible that that job will feel like purpose? And the answer is no. I think for a purpose, you need to delve more into your spiritual side, your meditative side, spirituality, yoga, divination, meditation, magic. For some reason, I think herbalism with you. I don't know if you work with herbs, but I feel like you should. And so and just healing in general. And so I feel like that is what you should be working on in your personal life, and let the job and the money you get from the job bring you to the place where you can enact this purpose. You're coming to StarCon, whatever happens. Yay, Jackie. Yay. I am so excited for that. Oh my gosh. I hope you're a hugger. I really do. And if you don't, I'll respect that and just nod politely. Or shake your hand or do an elbow bump or whatever works for you, man. But I cannot wait to say hello to you. All right. Here we go. Karen 13, nice to see you. I'm offered a 40-hour-a-week job, which I would take happily, except I only want to work 32 hours so I can also pursue my own thing. Understandable. Will they work with me, or do I walk away not to waste my time? All right. So, will they work with you for the 32 hours? 50-50 on whether they work with you. Honestly. Do you take the 40 hours anyway? Not unless you absolutely have to. You would be much happier waiting for a 32-hour-a-week job. That's really what you want, and that's really what you need. If you can afford to do so, it is better to wait. Okay. Angela Marie, thanks for being here. I wonder if I do too much tincture of time and waste too much of my life. Am I on the right path, or is there insight into what can be improved? And I'm going to tell you something. We who are mystical people, we who are the dreamers and the seers and the diviners, I'm going to say it. We need an F-ton. And you know what I mean when I say F-ton. We need an F-ton of downtime. We need time to just watch the grass grow. We need time to just read a stupid novel or watch a stupid TV show. Everybody needs that. But we need this more than the average person. And yet we're also the people that are so driven to do what we need to do and to follow our purpose and our passion. So, and I'm going to do your reading and see what's true about you. But I just have to say this, and I didn't say it in the newsletter, but maybe that's a whole other newsletter topic, is how much we people who spend a lot of time in liminal space and in the spirit world really do need freaking downtime and should not feel guilty for it. Just saying. All right. That was my little rant. Maybe that would be a rant that I should do, right? Okay, so are you wasting time? Are you procrastinating? Angela Marie, are you wasting time? Are you procrastinating? What's the deal? Well, you're working some stuff out and you don't want to get stuck. I feel like you're doing a lot of internal processing and healing. Whether you realize it or not, you are. And you need that time, but don't get stuck there. Give yourself a little bit more of that. What could be improved in your life right now? I feel like you need to be clear about what your goals are. And you need to let go of the things in your head and your mind that make you feel less than, that make you feel like you're not enough, that make you feel like you're not doing enough, that make you feel like you're not good enough. Those things. Did that make sense? I hope that was helpful. Martha Vink, nice to see you. When is a good time to take an extended vacation? What time is it now? No, seriously. And I realize you just started your job fairly recently. So when is a good time for an extended vacation? I feel like this summer would be legit. You could absolutely do it this summer. Sarah, 88. Will I get a scholarship and move to study abroad? So we can fit this into our theme, which is about time. Like in this near time frame, will this happen? And the answer is, if this is something you want, I wouldn't wait for it. I would be looking for many opportunities for it, not just one. You know, many ways to make that happen. Amy Foreman, nice to see you. Thanks for being a member here. We appreciate you. We bought the house, hallelujah, and now we're actively moving, but mom is moving slowly and tediously. Do we give her all the time she wants, or does she need a push to lighten the load? That is a great question. So this is about someone else's tincture of time, right? So that's a great question. Do you just give her all the time, or do you push her and help her? I feel like you have to push her and help her, or it will never happen. You know, she is a foot dragger from way back. Oh my gosh. So you have to gently, lovingly, firmly push her and help her, or you're going to be 80 before you move into that house. That was an exaggeration, but still, that's what I think. And I'm sticking with it. And I want to say thank you so much to Angela Marie for the super sticker. Really, really appreciate it. And Angela Marie, this is your first time here. I hope you subscribe both to this channel and to the newsletter. Glad the reading was helpful. Spot on. Makes total sense. Perfect. And I hope you join us, man. We do live reading sessions 5 times a week. And then we do classes and meetups in the evenings, probably like 3 or 4 times a month. So I hope you subscribe, and I hope we see more of you. Thanks for being here. Okay. Hey, Maya Turner, nice to see you. Thanks for being a member here. You're still in Vegas. Hope it's going well. Nalini, house, yes, it's what I really want. Chosen family as well as love. So there's your building a family. Building a family is not just always about having babies. House and chosen family for sure. Okay, Pamela's Insight. So nice to see you. Thanks so much for being here. Thanks for being a moderator here. And Pamela, preach it on an F-ton of downtime. Right? I think we all need to do that. And Maya, the tincture of time is the newsletter topic, which is a medical term that means we're just going to wait and see if it gets better on its own. And I'm adopting this because sometimes that's the best thing. Do you act or do you wait, right? That's the question. Sometimes just waiting for things to resolve themselves is the best thing, although it's a hard thing to do. So we're doing questions about that kind of thing. Okay. And Amy and F-ton for real. Right? We need it. And I mean, to be honest, I do it while I'm in the office. You know, when I say I'm in the office from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., 7 days a week, that's probably an exaggeration, but not much of one. But I'd be lying if I said I was working every minute of that. I'm doing downtime in my beautiful office, which is bigger than where I live. So, you know, it all works. All right. Pamela's Insight. Again, thanks for being a moderator. I'm running into some issues with leveling the building and have no help. Will time bring help or more strength to do it myself? What is the right balance in time and effort for me in the building, right? Okay, makes sense. So, will you be able to do this over time? Honestly, you need help. You need to get someone to help you. It may be machinery that you need that you don't own. You need help. You need to get help. You need to find help. Seriously. And if you can't afford said help, then ask the universe. Do it in trade for I was going to say for art and tarot reading. It was coming out like for art, like art and tarot reading, right? You need help to get this done. So get on it and find your help. All right. Teresa C. So nice to see you. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for being a moderator. Thanks for being here today. I'm torn between getting a faster and less expensive degree or transferring to the best university I can because I have a high GPA. I'm older, so I don't want to waste time, but will I regret it? Wow, what a great question. Good for you for having that high GPA. That's so good. So, do you get the faster and less expensive degree, or do you go to the best university you can? You know, either is a good option, and there's reasons for both. But the real question is, in your career that you're preparing for, how much is that, pedigree university really going to matter? And the answer is, it's not going to matter that much. I say get her done and get her quick. Get her done quick. Seriously. Make sure it's a degree that is recognized and accredited and worthwhile. But I think you should go faster. I really do. Okay. Oh my gosh, you have won up to $900. So, psychics and gambling, that's a whole thing. Some readers are really, really good at gambling and some are not. I am not, but it is a particular thing. And, some people who don't identify themselves as psychic in any way are fabulous at gambling. And I say to them, I'm like, that's a psychic skill, right? But they don't. They don't. All right. So from my perspective, I have answered every question. If I accidentally missed you, I am so sorry. Please do reiterate. And I want to remind you, I am available for readings throughout the holiday season. Gift certificates are a fabulous gift. StarCon is coming. STAARCON.com. Come for 1 day, 2 days, or all 3 days. No matter what your ticket is, you get to enjoy the 30-day afterglow. And so visit me. Make an appointment to have a session with me in person in Palm City if you happen to be local, or online. We can work on Zoom, by phone, by FaceTime, by Skype, whatever you like. Get gift certificates to give to friends and family. Come to StarCon. But you know what? Most importantly, like this video. And see what we've got coming up. We've got classes up for December and January. Stars and Suns. We've got our Stars and Suns Zoom social hour coming up. It's actually an hour and a half this time. So check that out. And what else did I want to say? I don't know. Thanks for being here. Really appreciate you. And I'll be back tomorrow, same time, noon, Eastern time, for the Friday weekly wrap-up. See you later. Take care.